Alright, it's Christmas. Oh darn, my battery is dead. Okay, so I'm starting the sausage. Starting the sauce. And then there's Christmas lasagna, the meats, all that stuff. That's cooking. Okay, so you get a pan, a cast iron pan like this, you fill it up with water. Get some sausage. I like this Johnsonville the best. When you poke some holes in the sausage. Like so. And then we'll be throwing these in the water. And these are going to boil down until the water's gone. And then when the water's gone, we're going to brown the sausage. Then it's going to go in the sauce. And cook for about 3 hours. Okay, we have sausage boiling. Looking good. We're going to do 2 pots. Actually, we're going to do 1 pot on this one. I'm doing 1 big pot. And then we have onions, parsley, garlic, some meat. I'm doing meat sauce for lasagna. Olive oil. And then over here we have cans of sauce we're going to use. Sunny. Christmas. Woo. So I'm doing the sauce on this side, and my wife gave me this little corner right here. I get this much counter space right there. And see, she's doing the dessert stuff, and she gets all that counter space. See how much counter space that is? Cookies, I think. Okay.
Irish coffee bars.
Irish coffee bars. Yum.
Notice Johnny Mathis in the background.
Yeah, Johnny Mathis is important as part of Christmas. It's a ding-dong marshmallow world. Forgot to mention on this ground meat, see there it says 80%, 20%. That's important. You want at least 20% fat in there. Alright, important herbs for this and spices is basil, oregano, parsley, garlic, onions. Okay, so come over here.
This is Tony's Christmas jammies.
It's Christmas! Yay! Okay, 2014 Christmas, no, 13 Christmas.
13.
Don't rush it. Okay, so in here we have oil, we have garlic. You get the garlic, heat it up so you have little bubbles going around the garlic, and that's it. And then over here we're going to chop up the onions. The onions are going to go in there after the bubbles are on the garlic, and then we're going to go from there. I'm going to make a meat sauce this time, so I should have had we make a meat sauce. The ground meat here we're using, I usually use about a pound and a half. That's a little over a pound and a half. That'll work just fine. Then over here we're making Irish, what are they called? Irish what?
Well, now they're called Italian cookie
I know,
bars.
because we're gonna use Frangelica instead of Irish whiskey, so now
they're Italian
cookies.
Coffee bars.
That works great. Double the recipe, but we don't have the exact measurements, so this is how much sauce and tomatoes and paste I'm using. So I'm doing probably like 1.5 batch of what I normally do. Okay, so here is the sausage. It's boiling down. It's getting close to being water all gone and ready to brown. And then here I have the tomato, onion, garlic, and tomato paste, diced tomato, petite diced, big diced. And that's sitting in there. I'm going to be adding basil, oregano, and some fresh parsley. As soon as that sausage is done, I'm going to put that off to the side on a cookie sheet, and then I'm going to brown my ground meat to put in the sauce before I put in the sausage. So at this point here, the water's all boiled off. You want to move them around often, because if you don't, they will stick and get a little too burnt. That's looking really good right there. And there's some
Irish,
Italian. We made them Italian now. Okay. Italian coffee bars are going in the oven. Okay. That's looking great. So those are perfectly brown. It's a perfect brown that you want right there. I'm going to take those out, and I'm going to take the ground meat and fry them Brown the ground meat right there in the same pan. Oh, that nice pork flavor. Okay, so now you get your pan hot. It should be on. And you're going to break up the meat to the smallest pieces you can get while it's browning. Alright, so when you're browning the meat and you get to this point right here, you want to get the pieces really small like that. And you're going to want to get some pieces that are actually a little brown, maybe even a little bit of black, but not much, like a dark brown, almost like a little crispy. And you got to keep chopping it small like this. There you go. It's almost ready.
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, so in here we have the garlic, olive oil, onions, parsley, oregano, basil, diced tomato, and tomato paste. We've been letting this sit, and don't watch out for the steam. Let it just sit for a while and just kind of simmer. And over here we have the brown meat that we got to the point where it's almost crispy. It's a nice texture. That's what you want to put into the sauce for a meat sauce. And you want to try to get it small like that. And you have to kind of break it like this the whole time it's cooking. The whole time, but most of it. Okay, so this is going to go into the sauce at this point. A lot more tomato to add to this pan. But I wanted to get the brown meat in there first. We'll stir that in, let this simmer a little longer. Then we'll start adding more tomato sauce and paste and diced tomato. Okay, so here we have all the little dry bits that are kind of stuck to the pan. We're going to put some water in here. We're going to kind of clean this up a little bit and pour that in here. Not a lot of water, just a little bit. Now that the meat is, ground meat's in the sauce, I'm going to open up all these cans and add them to the pot. I'm going to add the sausage in there, and then we're going to let that simmer. Okay, two very important steps. Sugar, 2 tablespoons, out to the point where you put all the sauce in. That's 1, that's about 2. Then you're going to put a little bit of red wine in there. About that much. Doesn't matter what kind of wine, just make it red. Other than that, that's it. And then I'm going to stir all that in, then we're going to add the sausage. And it's going to simmer for about 3 hours. Okay, I've added the sausage into the sauce. Now we're going to mix that in and stir gently, because once the meat's in there, you want to stir gently. We're doing this kind of quick, so I'm not doing meatballs. Normally we do meatballs, some pork chops maybe, and some brajol. More meat you put in, you want to add a little bit more water so it can cook longer. But other than that, that's going to sit now. And it's going to simmer. I'm not going to go wrap presents. Alright, bye. Oh yeah. Cooking for about an hour. Doing a lot of stirring. Just pulled some grease off the top. And that's going to cook for a little bit. We get to run to a party, so what you do when you're doing stuff like this, if it's not done, and it's not, it has a good 2 hours to go, I'm going to stop it and just cover it, leave it on the stove. When I come back, I'll heat it back up again. And we're off. Okay, so the meat sauce is ready. Actually, I've cooked this like 3 different times because we had to go to a party and we did presents this morning, Christmas Day, and heat it back up. So this was in about 4 hours of cooking. It's beautiful. So we had the sauce there ready to go. We had lasagna noodles ready to go. 12 minutes in the water there, and then we're starting to build the lasagna. There's the filling, and we have some mozzarella. So we're well on our way. Alright, so the lasagna's been cooking for about 45 minutes, covered. Now we're going to uncover it. See how we're doing here. Oh yeah, that's looking nice. It's off of here. Alright, so if you look on here, you will see a little bit of pooling. So I can shake it so you can see it. Yeah. So a little liquid on top. So we're going to do now, we're going to cook it uncovered for another 10 to 15 minutes. And then we're going to let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then cut into it. Alright, make some garlic bread now real quick. What I do for garlic bread is 1 stick of butter, about 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic, fresh parsley, some basil. Mix it all up, spread it, boil it. Oh yeah, lasagna's done. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's perfect. It came out absolutely perfect. Just the way it's supposed to be. I'm going to bring this over to the party now. Going back and forth. Party's only about a mile away, so I was over there, was cooking here, came back and forth. Now it's done. Ready for the party, ready to eat. It's going to sit for a while, which will be good that it's set. And then mangia. This here. Alright, so the lasagna is right here. It's for the website.
Sorry. Oh, wait. Alright.
It's gorgeous.
This is a Christmas plate.
It's over there, and then you go here, and you have the sauce. Oh, yeah. Look at this kid. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
This is how you eat when there is sauce.
You got turkey on there?
Yeah, somewhere down here.
Hold on, come on over here. That's a meat sauce.
There's sausage.
There's the meat sauce. There's the sausage.
So look at that. You were first.
Okay. That's good.
You can take your attitude back.